Outlining the values for which Bram Fisher lived and died for, the Chief Justice did not mince his words in lambasting those who only think for themselves.
Where does your conscience, if you still have any, point you to? Do you ever think about the multitudes that are homeless? The multitudes that still have bridges, street corners, and at best in quote shacks for accommodation? Or is it all about you and your family? Have you fallen so much in love with money? Or maybe I shouldn't say you. Have we fallen so much in love with money and power and position and fame and prestige that human life and human suffering doesn't matter anymore? What is it that we read about Bram Fisher for? Is it just to engage in a good intellectual exercise? Is it just to stimulate our thinking? Has that which Bram Fisher fought and died for lost relevance to South Africa and her people?
He lashed out at the racial difference which continues to show up within black and white South Africans. The Chief Justice said South Africa is in a fascinating phase. He says it has entered a stage which forces all of us to pause and reflect on what it is that matters the most. He says South Africans have a brilliant opportunity to unite as they did before. On land issues, Mogoeng Mogoeng said people have to use their intellectual capacity to work out strategies along land so they can make progress.
Instead of allowing issues around land restitution to divide us with all sorts of narratives. The ones say, yes, these whites don't want to release the land. The others say, no, this government of these black people doesn't want to distribute the land that is already available and belongs to the state. Can't we use our intellectual prowess and our energies to work out strategies just as we did with our constitution? To work out strategies around the land question that can be accepted to everybody, black and white, that is not oppressive to anybody, so that we can make more progress than we have made so far.
The Chief Justice cautioned against those who go abroad and start speaking ill of South Africa. He said some of the statements made are damaging the country.
We are divided. We say things even abroad that chase away potential investors. When we are divided, out of anger and frustration, we say things that chase away investors that are already in the country. Let's reflect on the damage that racial division and racially inspired statements, sometimes made out of anger, have the effect of doing, the damage that it does or have done to our country, our children, and our grandchildren.
He also questioned corporate sector for failing to implement equity, citing differences of treating workers based on color and class. He called for the corporate to open to those who were disadvantaged before. Lehana Tsotetsi, SABC News, Johannesburg.